starting lineup for the visiting Mountaineers. At left defense, number 44, Carter Brown. At right defense, number 62, Caleb Cornell. At left wing, number 92, Ethan Carlisle. At right wing, number 82, Ben Ferguson. At center, number 68, Mason Smith. And in goal, number 30, Jackson Burney.
I feel like I put some
Mountaineers are coached
I think it's just for the road team.
Now, the starting lineup for the Maryland Terrapins. At left defense, Glenwood by Maryland, number 18, Ryan Teskey. At right defense, from Rockville, Maryland, number 8, Daniel Tomaszewski. At left wing, from Germantown, Maryland, number 13, Trevor Drake. At right wing, from Hyattsville, Maryland, number 11, Keenan Waters. At center, from Stamford, Connecticut, number 5, Tucker Healy. And in goal, from Catonsville, Maryland, number 30, Patrick Adams. The Terrapins are coached by Joe Carter, Tom Lesovich, Matt Williamson, and Adam Giles. Now, if you can please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
It is time for Game 2 of the weekend series between the West Virginia Mountaineers and your Maryland Terrapins. Terps coming off an impressive 4-3 win last night. They played possibly the two most complete periods we've seen all season so far, and then struggled a little bit in that second half of the third period. Andrew Rich, joined by my broadcast partners Bailey Unchester and Andy Parr. Andy with me on the mic right now. We'll hear some more from Bailey later. But we are ready to go from the Gardens Ice House.
Yeah, last night truly was, those first two periods were by far their most complete that they've played all season, Andrew. Great puck possession by the forwards and puck movement with them and the defensemen. But the big key was, especially with the first line, but all four lines really, they were doing a great job of forcing turnovers in the offensive zone, making sure West Virginia couldn't get anything going the other direction. They keep that same game plan in tonight, it could be a very similar result.
That forecheck for the Terps was lethal last night, getting in on the pressure, especially this first unit, who we see out there now. Tucker Healy, Keenan Waters, Trevor Drake, alongside Brian Teskey and Daniel Tomaszewski. Underway we are here in Laurel, Maryland. Off the draw, Tucker Healy's going to get an early steal. He faces pressure from Caleb Cornell on the far wall. They're going to battle, and this one's going to squirt out into center. This is Ferguson. Benjamin Ferguson in the lineup tonight for West Virginia. He did not play last night. He'll get in after this one, but Tomaszewski's there first. On the reverse, it's Teskey. Near wall, Keenan Waters. Waters is going to keep this one and make a play over to Trevor Drake, who's going to fire it in. 30 seconds into this one, here's Tucker Healy. To the point, Teskey. He'll put it right back down low. Over there was Smith looking for it. This squirts to the middle. Carlisle can't clear. Trevor Drake keeps it in.
Just like they did last night, Andrew. Great recovery by Trevor Drake at the point, keeping this puck in the offensive zone.
Now Andre Serra hits the ice with his partner Caleb Craven. Caleb Craven currently leading the Maryland Terrapins in points. He's got 2 goals and 6 assists in the first 5 games.
Pretty good production, if you ask me.
Pretty decent, yeah. I guess it's 4 games. This will be the 5th.
Yes, yes.
Here is Craven. He'll drop this one back for Sarah and right back to number 7. Caleb Craven, backhand pass, finds Ilham Abdullayev. He has a goal in every single game. We'll hear some more about that a little later. Now Patrick Harnon, just onside. In net tonight for West Virginia is the freshman Jackson Bernier. We saw Cavakish last night. Terps electing to go back with Patrick Adams. He did exactly what he had to do last night in that Terps W.
Yeah, if we can see Patrick Adams put up another stellar performance, that's going to bode really well for the Terps goaltending. If you can get him going back-to-back nights and getting the same performances.
This one fired in. Rebound sits there for Harnon. Bernier could not cover, and it squirts its way to the corner. Sean Amon pinching in. He had Sullivan on him. This one comes to Ducalo. He's going to flip it for Stankiewicz, but he misses it. And now Michael Schreiman. Schreiman for the Terps to Harnon. Harnon shoots one low. And that one hit the pad and blocker of Bernier. Now Amon will put this one on net. That was tipped by Harnon, but goes wide.
Very reminiscent start to last night, Andrew. A lot of offense being started up by that forward, getting in the quick with that zone entry and keeping possession by moving it with the defenseman, letting the defenseman take the shots and get the rebounds in front.
Michael Schreiman will dump this one in. Almost took off the head of the ref. And now this is Jansky. Jansky, he'll make his way past a couple, but intercepted by Teske. He'll put it right back in. Luke Starr, pressured by Chase Wilson. This comes to the point, it's Tomaszewski. He'll walk, and he'll shoot one wide of the net on purpose. Tried to get it back in front. This is Travis Duchesne out of Tomaszewski. He'll put that one on net, saved by Bernier. Nathaniel Dishner moving up to this third line with Chase Wilson and Travis Duchesne. Duchesne will flutter that one off a stick into the glove of Jackson Bernier.
Really hot start for Maryland right here. On that most recent opportunity, Tomaszewski was leading the attack at the point. His first shot, Chase Wilson had a chance at a rebound. Second one, Wilson and Dishner, unfortunately, were preparing for that puck to leave the zone, so nobody was home. But they're getting the looks on offense that they had last night that were really successful.
Out with this one now. That was Rogers. Jack Rogers, the sophomore, entering the lineup tonight for West Virginia. Daniel Tomaszewski's going to look up ice. The captain with 2 goals last night. Both came a man up on the power play. That Terps power play absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, it sure was. I think officially they ended the night 2 for 3 since that last one was just killing out the clock in the third period. But great puck movement the entire time from that power play. Coach Joe Carter really impressed with his 3 defensemen out there, with how well they were able to move the puck, skate around the points, and just prevent West Virginia from being able to do anything on the penalty kill, really.
3.5 minutes into this first period. We get a look at this 4th unit for the Terps. A little bit of a different look from last night. They go with McMenamin, Reynoso, and Mohan.
3 brand new forwards who did not play yesterday.
It is a brand new line. And they will get out there with Craven and Sarah. Here is Andre Sarah. Big defenseman will move it for Andrew McMenamin. McMenamin had the first goal of the season for the Terps a couple weeks ago against Navy. Here's Luke Mohan, number 12. Finds McMenamin. Back to the point, it's Craven. Craven down low, Mohan. Mohan to the middle, that was tipped just wide. Now McMenamin after it. Into the middle, this is Rogers, and he has enough of that. He's going to send it out to center.
Really good look for McMenamin on that most recent offensive zone rush. Cruising in the slot, looking for the tip, just jammed it wide of Bernier on the blocker side.
Near side, this is Ferguson trying to get it into the zone. He takes a big hit from Andre Sarah. Now Smith. Smith to the middle. What a save by Adams. Rebound. Another big stop for number 30.
Patrick Adams with a couple on Ethan Carlisle, the freshman making his first start of this series. Patrick Adams welcoming him to the game right there. Robbed him on a couple of chances in tight there, Andrew.
So an early test for Patrick Adams, but he was ready for it. This stays a 0-0 game. Here is Carnell through center. He puts that one off a skate. Carnell on the back end. He'll flutter it wide and get after it. Tucker Healy there first. Tucker Healy, he'll make his way around a couple, takes a hit, but stays on it. Healy deciding where he wants to go with it, takes it to Jack Fabiani, and now Trevor Drake. Drake's got some room, and he'll take it. Trevor Drake will stop up at the blue line. Poked away by Ducalo out to center. Now Sean Amon trying to kick it forward. Stankiewicz is going to put it through Healy. Jack Fabiani on the backhand. He'll look to move it. And a whistle comes.
As we had Sean Amon disrupting that play in neutral ice last night, I think you and I were in agreement that he was one of Maryland's most productive players yesterday. Wasn't necessarily getting all the offense going, but he had some of the best defensive shifts I've seen out of a Terp in a while. Blocking a ton of shots, forcing turnovers in the zone, and sparking offense going the other way.
Exactly. He was not afraid to jump into the play either. Sean Amon with an impressive performance last night. There were a couple players we could really highlight from that game, and the Terps will look to replicate that tonight. Here is Best. He'll throw it near side. This is Ducalo. Ducalo will enter the zone. He'll fire that one low on Patrick Adams. Good save there.
Patrick Adams already locking in early. A few pad saves, and then that nice little glove save on Ethan Carlisle just a couple minutes ago.
That was a floating pass intercepted by Walters. Stankiewicz will dump this in. After it is Will Blair. Blair got things started on the score sheet for the Mountaineers last night. Here's Walters. He'll throw this deep. Blair is after it. Blair with Tomaszewski on him. Blair right in front. He was looking for Weichel, couldn't connect. Blair again. On the backhand of Walters. He faces pressure from Keenan Waters, and Waters is going to be able to get it out to center.
Well, it definitely seems like head coach Adam Brown made some changes for the tactics of the Mountaineers. Last night they were doing a lot of dump and chase for their offensive zone entries. Tonight it seems like they're going for a much more standard approach, get clean passes, let the forwards lead the charge. And it seems to be a lot more effective so far. They've had a lot more offensive zone time.
Here is Blair. He'll dump this one in. As we are joined by our other broadcast partner, Bentley the dog is joining us. He's looking for some pets. That's all right.
Yep. You may have seen him during the national anthem either tonight or last night. Bentley's been cruising around the broadcast booth for these two West Virginia games.
And I liked how during the anthem he did not move a muscle.
No, he was very stoic.
Respecting the flag. Just real good stuff from Bentley the dog. As Michael Schreiman looks to get in the zone, he takes some pressure from Caleb Carnell. Couple extra shoves from number 62 in yellow. Fabiani walks into one, tip just wide. That was Harnan in front. Abdullayev to the point. This is Amon. He'll shoot one. Tip never got to Bernier.
Couple of tips right there from Patrick Harnan. He was sitting in the slot. First one on Fabiani's shot. Second one from Amon. Number 17 in black. Really good start to this game.
Here is Nathaniel Dishner. He's going to wind things up behind his own net. He'll put it off the glass, looking to get it out. It doesn't. This is Williams keeping. Dishner and Williams will battle. Couple friends come in to help. Francis Gallagher in the corner for West Virginia. Now Williams to the point. Jansky didn't get a lot of that one. And now Sean Amon's going to put it out to center.
Yeah, West Virginia's definitely had more of a controlled game plan this time around so far. Getting a lot more offensive zone time. They're not letting Maryland strip the puck nearly as easily on their zone exits.
Chase Wilson enters the zone. He takes a couple of hits, but he keeps on trucking. Chase Wilson trying to motor that one to the front. This comes to the point now for Teske. He'll put it down low. Dishner can't reach it, but he's going to go get after it. 11:40 on the clock. That one is shot into the glove of Bernier, and we will get a stoppage. And now joining us in the broadcast booth, our very own Bailey Unchester. Bailey, welcome back to the booth. So glad to have you. We were talking to Coach Carter before the game, just going over a couple things he saw from the last game, and Bailey has some things to talk about.
I do, Andrew. It's good to be back here. Let's just go over some keys to the game for Maryland here. We had a great win last night, 4-3, and it was 4-1 going into the third. Maryland did not get their first penalty until that third period, which is something that we have struggled with for our first couple of games, so it's good that we have seemed to get that under control. We figured out that last period where we sort of slipped away after talking with Coach Carter, he kind of explained to us how he felt that a lot of the Maryland guys really tried pushing up in that offensive zone, got a little bit greedy, trying to make some quick scoring for themselves. Well, meanwhile, West Virginia then just beat them on their offensive breaks when we had 3-4 guys up there in that offensive zone, which is how they scored a couple of their goals in that third period.
Coach Carter really just wanting to emphasize keeping things simple late in that game as Terps kind of got away from things later in that third period.
But one good thing for Maryland that has been great for them so far this season is their a little bit unconventional approach to their power plays. Last night we scored 2 goals on our power plays, both by Tomaszewski, And Maryland, what they're doing differently is that they have three of their defense guys who stay up on that power play. And, you know, Coach Carter just simply said that those three guys, Tomaszewski, Teske, and Craven, are just Maryland's best skaters right now, and he trusts them the most on the ice to get the job done. And, you know, so far they have been. There's just been frequent cutting through and switching from them that's just confused the opposing defense, and that's why it's been so successful for Maryland so far this year.
Yeah, that power play, we've talked about it so much. That three defenseman look, a little unconventional. You don't see it too often, but the Terps are making it work. Teske, Tomaszewski, Craven, they are controlling things on the ice along with Tucker Healy and Trevor Drake. The power play has been lethal, to say the least.
And now let's go over a little bit of an unsung hero situation for Maryland. Ilham Abdullayev has been...
There's a big save there by Patrick Adams. Bailey,
yes,
keep going.
Nothing shy of incredible for his first games here at Maryland. Only a freshman. He has had 4 goals in his first 4 games. And, you know, at the beginning of the season, he didn't even think that he was going to be in that starting lineup every game. Basically, Coach Carter went up to him and told him, we have a lot of guys on our roster this year. You might not be in every game. And he simply went, what do I got to do to play? And Coach Carter said, score. And that is exactly what he has been doing. You know, he's definitely got a point to prove here, and he has been doing it well so far, and you just can't take him out of the lineup at this point. So definitely making a name for himself as a freshman here, and I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. So just a really great job by him leading the Terps quietly there in the goal region.
Abdullayev taking those words from Coach Carter to heart. You simply cannot take me out of the lineup if I'm going to score goals. And here's Tucker Healy putting one just wide as the Terps look to get some offensive zone pressure. Bailey, thank you very much. We will hear more from you later in the game, as this one will be sent the length of the ice for an icing. So as we were just talking about, Ilham Abdullayev, 4 goals in his first 4 games in a Maryland uniform, looking to continue that trend here tonight. Another interesting stat, the Maryland Terrapins have not completed back-to-back weekend sweeps in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
so,
you and I checked that right before this game,
Right
Andrew.
before. So it will be interesting to see if the Terps can pull that off this weekend after sweeping Millersville last weekend, winning last night. They have one more game they need to take care of before they can say they've swept back-to-back weekends. But it'll be a cool stat.
Yeah. Well, if they want to sweep back-to-back weekends, they got to pick up the pace a little bit. Seems like they're playing a little on their heels right now. West Virginia seems to have that early jump at the moment.
So a little bit of a feeling out process early in this one for both sides. Keenan Waters is going to fire this one in on Bernier. He'll glove it down and play it to Walters. There's a reverse for Brown. Carter Brown will move up ice. In the middle for Howcroft. Howcroft with a goal last night for West Virginia. And he'll dump it in. 8 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock here in the first period. Still no score. This one will be played through center off a couple bodies. Best is going to get after it. Number 67 in yellow, he'll move it to Williams, and on the backhand, this one will be played back out to center. Teske off a glove. Williams trying to poke it out of the air. This comes right to Abdullayev. Abdullayev shoots one right over the net and into the netting, but no whistle. Now it comes. And Ilham Abdullayev on the offensive zone pressure once again.
Yeah, I mean, as Bailey just said, if he keeps on scoring, he's going to stay in this lineup. Abdullayev's got the message, and it's worked the first 4 games. Almost got one right there in game number 5 as we move this face off to the other side.
Was able to get a lot on that shot. Wasn't necessarily in the best shooting position, but
no.
Wired that one over everything, I guess.
Yeah, goal scorers always find a way, Andrew.
They do. Big hit there delivered behind the West Virginia net. That was Patrick Harnon taking the brunt of that one. He gets right back up to his feet. This is Williams' far side. He'll charge through center. Williams will put this one on net. Saved by Patrick Adams, and he pokes it away.
Much busier first period so far for Patrick Adams than he had last night.
James Body on the pressure, finds Schreibman. Schreibman on the backhand to Harnon. Harnon will try to get started, and he's just going to dump it in. Walters behind his own net. This is Carlisle. And Rogers will move this near side for Francis Gallagher. He can't handle it, and it comes back to Gallagher, but Craven is going to steal that one away. Abdullayev can't handle. West Virginia will dump that one in. That was Ferguson, and James Body back after it. Body back in the lineup tonight, and he puts this one into the benches. And another thing we talked to Coach Carter about, was that delay of game penalty. We were wondering if that was actually a penalty in this league. And delay of game itself is a penalty, but delay of game puck over the glass, which you just saw there, is not a penalty.
Yeah, I will take full responsibility for that one last night. I was not aware that puck over the glass was not a penalty in this league, but if it was, there would have been one called last night and then one called right there on James' body. So
think of delay of game as kind of like a personal foul in football. There are a bunch of different delay of games that you can get called on. We saw in that first game against Navy, Jack Fabiani took a delay of game for covering the puck in the crease that resulted in that penalty shot that Navy was able to score on. So, hey, the more you know.
Yeah. Then you've also got, when you get up to the higher levels, the trapezoid rule that you almost never see because goalies just won't exit.
What's your opinion on the trapezoid rule?
You know, I like to see them skate around.
I agree.
I wish they'd go away with it.
I really don't think it makes that much of a difference, so I wish they would get away with it too. This one in center ice. Now it'll come back into the Maryland end. This is Caleb Craven spinning away with it. Craven's going to leave this one for Andre Serra. Terps will look to move up ice. Dishner off the wall. He's going to keep it and dump this one in. On it is Luke Starr. And he's going to survey his options. Starr behind his own net. 6 minutes, 35 seconds on the clock here in the first period. Still no score here from Laurel, Maryland. This one is wired in by Caleb Craven. Far side, it's Luke Starr. And he's going to put this one back out to center. Carlisle can't move it further. Now Travis Duchesne. Duchesne on the backhand looking for Wilson. Now it comes to Dishner. Nathaniel Dishner in the high slot. Now Wilson. Wilson will turn and shoot. Blocker saved by Bernier.
Yeah, something I noticed going into this game, I was really surprised by this since Duchesne and Wilson have been so present in the Terps lineup this year. They're two of Maryland's only forwards without a point so far this season, Andrew.
As Coach Carter said, I believe there was only a couple of players who are yet to register a point so far. Just a testament to how deep this team has been early in this season. This is played across the ice for Ducalo. That pass came from Sullivan. Far corner, Stankiewicz. Stankiewicz into the middle looking for Sullivan. That was Caleb Craven on the defensive play. Stankiewicz still with it. In the middle now, Ducalo's got room. He'll shoot and score. Mitchell Ducalo wide open in the slot on the pass from Stankiewicz. He makes no mistake over the glove of Patrick Adams. 1-0 West Virginia.
Yeah, he certainly made no mistake there, Andrew. Really just bad defense from the Terps. There's no way around it. They let Ducalo sit alone in the slot. Stankiewicz just passed it to him, and it wasn't even a one-timer. He had all the time in the world to line it up the way he wanted to, sent it right over the blocker of Patty Adams. And this is now the first time that the Terps have not had the opening goal in a game this year. Let's see how Coach Carter's squad responds to that early adversity.
Good play there by Ducalo to kind of find that soft spot in the middle of the coverage and just kind of get lost. So the Terps will look to get back even here as we get going again. This is Luke Mohan in the corner. Mohan faces pressure from Sullivan. Now Fabiani. Jansky's going to fire this one. Didn't get anywhere near Patrick Adams. Now Fabiani through center. He's going to fire this one in on Bernier, and he'll glove it down and cover for a whistle.
I like the decision of Coach Carter to put that fourth line out there right after giving up the goal. You got three guys in Reynoso, McMenamin, and Mohan who don't necessarily get as much playing time as the other forwards. They want to go out there and prove something for the coaching staff. Getting an energized line like that, good call by Coach Carter.
Now Coach Carter will go back with that top unit. Tucker Healy on the draw, he'll win it. Healy, he's going to twist this one to the far or near side. Keenan Waters battles there with Walters. This will be played back out to center. Howcroft after it, but Amon will move it along. Tucker Healy for Keenan Waters. Waters fakes the shot, now shoots one. Blocker save by Bernier, and there was a test for number 30 in yellow.
I love that shot fake from Keenan Waters. He got Bernier to fall down after faking that slap shot. As soon as he did, he ripped that into the blocker. Nearly caught Bernier off guard entirely.
Like you said, he faked that shot. Bernier went down, and Keenan Waters tried to go upstairs, but it was the blocker of Bernier who made the stop. This is James Body on the backhand. He'll put it deeper. Now Trevor Drake. Drake with Best on him. Now Howcroft moves in. Trevor Drake to the middle. It's Tucker Healy. He shoots one. It's blocked. Never got through. Waters trying to turn it on net. That one didn't work.
Very reminiscent to Ducalo's goal not too long ago. Tucker Healy finding that soft spot, ripping a shot. Luckily for the Mountaineers, they had some defensemen in the way, but similar strategies for each team in the offensive zone right now. looking for those soft places to shoot from in tight, going for those high blocker shots on the goaltenders.
So an icing against the Mountaineers will move this one all the way back down into West Virginia territory. 3:56 on the clock, as you can see. 1-0 West Virginia, thanks to Mitchell Ducalo, the senior forward. And we will drop the puck to the left of Jackson Bernier. This one to the near wall. Now Teske, he can't keep it in. Played back into the West Virginia end for Howcroft. West Virginia making a change. This is Williams now with some space. Williams on the backhand, turning away from pressure, turns it over. Here come the Terps now, 2-on-2. Abdullayev trying to find Schreibman. That pass just a little too far in front of him. Schreibman looking for Harnon. Gallagher on him. And West Virginia turns this one over. Harnon in the near corner. Gallagher still pressuring. Patrick Harnon. Now Abdullayev moves in. It's a 3-on-2 battle. There's 3 yellow jerseys, 2 black ones. Michael Schreibman looking on.
Officials are giving some words. They want them to move this puck or else he's going to blow it dead.
Some pushing and shoving in the corner, but the Terps come out with it. Teske puts it towards the net. That one bounced just wide of Bernier.
Another tip opportunity for Patrick Harnon in close.
Patrick Harnon finding his spot right in front of the net where he's been doing some damage all year. Now Schreibman in front looking for it. He can't pull the trigger.
Got dumped in front right after the play there by Jack Rogers. Not too pleased with that one was Michael Schreibman.
And Schreibman took a whack at Rogers right after that. And Michael Schreibman's going to get in after this one. Schreibman takes a hit from Brown. Schreibman with a one hand trying to move it to the middle. Michael Schreibman rarely looks tired, but he looks tired right now.
Yeah, he needs a change badly.
Now Ferguson the other way. He sweeps it to the middle. Looking for it was Carlisle, but the Terps clear.
Yeah, a little surprise shot on Patty Adams right there. Kicked it out right to Carlisle. Luckily for the Terps, couldn't get the shot off cleanly.
Now here comes West Virginia. Carlisle to Smith looking right in front. Adams with the glove. Robbery for Patrick Adams.
Patrick Adams already on his stomach. Smith coming in. Patrick Adams, it's no problem for him. He snatches it out of the air, traps it on the ice.
So we will drop the puck to the left of Patrick Adams. It'll be that third line for the Terps. Down to the final 2 minutes of play here in the first period. Smith throws this one on net. Taken back now by the Terps. This is Travis Duchesne. Duchesne on his backhand. He'll drive wide and shoot it. Saved by Bernier, and he swallows up no rebound.
Duchesne trying to spark some offense right there. Right here he's going to set up an offensive zone draw. Yesterday they were working so hard on those set pieces on the offensive zone faceoffs and pregame warmups. Maryland did not seem to be prioritizing that as much tonight. We'll see if they try to go for one right here.
Off the draw, it was won by the Terps, but West Virginia was able to clear. Sean Amon will go back for it. Number 26 in black will giddy up now. Travis Duchesne off the wall. Here's Chase Wilson. Wilson will gain the blue line. He faces pressure from Stankiewicz. And this one hits the netting above the glass for a whistle.
Yeah, just a much slower start for the Terps here. They're not having nearly that same possession game that they had last night every time they entered the offensive zone. They don't seem to be clicking as well on their passes. Everything seems to just be moving a little bit slower for them than it did yesterday. Could be an adjustment from West Virginia or something else.
Now Caleb Craven coming off the ice without a helmet on, and it looks like he has something wrapped around his finger.
Yeah.
Trying to see what that is.
He's saying something to our wonderful photographer, Rob Raymer.
Rob, the absolute man. But hopefully Caleb Craven is all right. We saw the medical trainer going into the West Virginia bench. So hopefully, it looks like Caleb Craven calling for someone. Hopefully he is okay and he'll be able to get back in this game. Down to 1:15 to go here in this first period. 1-0 is the score. West Virginia leads. Fabiani steals that one. He'll dump it in. Back forward is Walters. Walters has plenty of time. He'll spin away from Reynoso. Far wall, that is Sullivan. Makes a nice move, and on the backhand, it's Ducalo. Under a minute to go. Ducalo, the goal scorer tonight. Here is Ducalo. He'll turn back towards the point, into the middle now. Sullivan shoots, saved by Adams, and that's an important save.
Sure is, Andrew. That was very reminiscent of the first West Virginia goal right there. That time it was Sullivan finding the empty space on the pass from Ducalo. They flipped spots on that most recent opportunity. Maryland was much better positioned on that one, though. It had to be much more of a one-time shot than Ducalo's, where he was able to line it up for the perfect one over the blocker of Adams.
44 seconds on the clock. Puck is dropped. Weichel looking for it. He hits the ice. Now Blair. Tucker Healy steals it away from him. They battle in the corner. It goes far side. James Body is there. On the backhand now to Trevor Drake. Drake a little Murphy dump. Looking for Keenan Waters. Bernier's going to come out and play it. Now James Body in on the attack. Keenan Waters on the backhand to the middle. Looking for Tucker Healy. It doesn't connect.
Yeah, something to keep an eye on. If Caleb Craven's gone long term, we're going to see a lot of James Body tonight. We'll have to see if the coaching staff decides to keep him on the defensive core or move around the forwards and bring him up to a wing.
Howcroft behind the net on the backhand looking for an option in front. It comes right to Blair was right there. And he was not able to pull the trigger as the horn sounds. So an uneventful first period. Rarely we say that here on the Maryland Hockey Network. But West Virginia leads 1-0 after 20 minutes of play thanks to Mitchell Ducalo. We will head to the break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you for the second period. Second period, we are ready to go. West Virginia with the 1-0 lead thanks to Mitchell Ducalo. Terps will look to respond here in period number 2.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but getting an initial look at this Maryland bench, it seems like they are without Caleb Craven now, Andrew.
Yeah, we spoke with Craven during the intermission. It was a finger that appeared to be, I don't want to say broken, but it did not look right.
Yeah, it was not the way a finger should appear.
Yeah, so hopefully Caleb Craven is all right, and hopefully we will see him back soon. Clearly not in this period, but we will see what happens the rest of the night. So Terps down arguably their best player. Now here comes Ferguson right off the draw. He'll shoot that one wide. Caleb Carnell will put that one off the glass. Sean Amon on the backhand, he'll get this out, and it's a race for it. Waters and Brown. Waters is going to win that race. He'll sweep it to the front. Now for Trevor Drake. On the backhand, he'll put it low. Brown turns it right over to Trevor Drake. Brown gets it back here 30 seconds in. Trevor Drake takes a spill in the middle of the ice. And a stretch pass tipped by Gallagher. Excuse me, that was Ferguson. And now Brown with it. Carter Brown. He'll get his head up and play it off the wall to Carlisle. Carlisle, a little touch pass for Smith, but it's Tucker Healy who's there. And now Ferguson will put it in deep.
Yeah, Maryland going with their first line to start this second period, trying to get a little bit of early juice, and it has been another slow start for the Terps. Passing not quite online, and just even in the offensive zone, Trevor Drake took a spill with nobody around him. Just something seems a little bit off for the Terps so far.
Trevor Drake put that one just wide. Not sure if Bernier saw that one. He reacted late to it. Tomaszewski will tip this one away. Back for it, Harnan. Schreiman has it taken away. In the corner, it's Ducalo. He'll play it deeper for Stankiewicz. On the backhand to the point now for Walters. Walters, he'll put it towards the net. It was blocked. Ducalo can't move it further, and here comes Andre Serra. Serra through the red line. Now into the offensive zone. He'll shoot one off a skate, and that goes wide.
Good job from Serra there, starting up the rush and just taking the shot while it's there. Not waiting around for a pass to open up anymore. If you've got the lane, you got to be taking the shots right now.
Harnan trying to move this up for Abdullayev. It comes to Walters. Near side, this is Best. He will gain some room and fire it in on Adams, who will make a shoulder save. And now it's Ilham Abdullayev. Abdullayev trying to find Schreiman. Here come the Terps. Harnan couldn't grab it. Harnan in after it. He'll reverse it for Abdullayev. Into the middle now. That was Chase Wilson cutting to the net. He couldn't grab control of that puck. Stankiewicz. He'll find Howcroft in alone. Howcroft. He'll play it to the corner. Body has his stick taken away from him. No penalty call there. Starr now will walk into it. Hits a couple of bodies, and that was Sullivan smacking it wide. Carlisle to Sullivan. He scores.
Well, that play started, Andrew, because James Body lost his stick, and he wants an explanation for the officials about why that wasn't a penalty. But Maryland had a defenseman stranded without a stick, opened up a passing lane, and Sean Sullivan, waiting on the other side, roofs it over Patty Adams. 2-0 Mountaineers, and it's getting ugly quick.
And Sean Sullivan, the freshman, it looked like they grabbed that puck for him, so possibly his first goal in a West Virginia uniform. I'm not sure who was on that pass. I think it was either Weichel or Howcroft. I believe I said Carlisle. That was incorrect. But nonetheless, it was Sean Sullivan on the goal, and West Virginia taking it to Maryland here in the second period.
Yeah, Coach Carter's already flipping up his defensive pairs a lot without Craven. He's now got Sean Amon out with Brian Teskey on the most recent shift. Body was out there with Fabiani, and Serra played with Tomaszewski to begin the period. So a lot of shuffling already from the Maryland coaching staff. That lack of chemistry with these newer pairs might hinder the Terps as we start period 2.
Always shakes things up when a player who eats so many minutes like Caleb Craven does goes down with an injury. So the Terps will have to be resilient here. Here's Chase Wilson on the backhand, trying to squeak that through Bernier, but Bernier will stick his skate up against the post and squeeze it.
Yeah, not only does Caleb Craven need a ton of minutes of even strength, but we're going to have to see how they adjust on that power play. Coach Carter had been raving about that 3 defenseman look, and so much of it ran through Craven. We'll have to see if he replaces him with another defender, or if they go out with someone like Travis Duchesne to try and move that puck a little bit more.
We will see what happens if the Terps can get on the power play. Off the draw, this is Amon. Amon's going to put it towards the net. That one was tipped by Chase Wilson. Just goes wide of Bernier.
Really good tip there by Chase Wilson. A lot of room in the slot. Deflected it just outside of the cage, looking on the high glove side right there.
West Virginia struggling to get it out. Now Francis Gallagher, he's going to take it by himself, and he'll get it out to center. Swept right to Sean Amon, and he's got room. Here comes Sean Amon. Sean Amon on the backhand, trying to cut to the middle, leaves it for McMenamin. McMenamin takes a hit. Now Williams off the stick of Travis Duchesne and out to center. This is Rogers. Jack Rogers in the lineup. He shoots one into the glove of Patrick Adams.
Patrick Adams does not seem to be fazed at all by that most recent goal from Sean Sullivan as he snatched that one out of the air.
Defensive zone draw for the Terps. It'll be that fourth line, Mohan, Reynoso, and McMenamin, Sarah and Tomaszewski. So Coach Carter splitting up Teske and Tomaszewski. This one played far side. Mohan is there. He's going to throw this one off the glass and down. This should be an icing, and it will.
Yeah, by splitting up Teske and Tomaszewski, and to a lesser extent Fabiani and Amon, it's going to be very interesting to see the Terps on these offensive zone possessions. So much of their offense this season has come from moving the puck at the point. Splitting up two offensive guys like that, I'm not sure how it's going to end up going for the Terps the rest of the way here.
It will have to be that next man up mentality for the Terps. Who wants to step up and make plays, as that one is wired wide. That was, I believe, Ferguson on the shot. This one is played in deeper. Ferguson on it, trying to twist it to the front. Now it's Luke Mohan. Mohan will get moving. Does it come out to center? The sign is no, so that stayed in the zone. Now it comes out to center, and here is Brown. Brown struggles with it. Mohan after it, trying to steal it. Comes to Reynoso on the backhand. He can't put it on net. Far corner now, Mohan. Mohan delivers a check to Ferguson as they battle in the corner.
What a shift from Luke Mohan so far, keeping that pressure on, being super physical and playing with a lot of speed to create some offense right there.
Fourth line doing what they need to do on that shift. Now Ferguson far side. Played in deeper, it's the defenseman Caleb Carnell. Carnell looking for options, tries to wrap it, and Adams was able to squeeze his skate against the post. Comes to the point now for Best. Best is going to shoot it off a shin pad. This is Smith. Smith will go around the net and play it to the point for Best. Backhands it in deeper. Ferguson is there. Good pressure here from West Virginia. Smith, a shot off the side of the net.
They need to get Tomaszewski and Sarah off. Both of them have been out there for a while, and the defensemen are looking tired for the Terps.
Carnell shoots one. It was blocked by Drake. It comes right back to Caleb Carnell. A sliding Trevor Drake goes by him. Rebound! Adams sliding across.
Looks like Tomaszewski might have blocked that second one. I'm not sure if the second shot got all the way to Patrick Adams.
It was Ducalo who had what looked to be a wide open net, but he couldn't pull the trigger. He was looking for his second of the game. And the Terps are able to keep this a 2-goal game.
Yeah, Patrick Adams squeezing that last chance to get a much-needed change for his defenseman out there. But, whew, flurry of opportunities for the Mountaineers on that one. Tomaszewski coming up with that clutch block on the open chance for West Virginia.
And this is the best the Mountaineers have looked all weekend. As Keenan Waters took a hard fall, he gets right back up. Terps cannot get it out. Now Tucker Healy will take it himself. Just about 5.5 minutes into this second period, Tucker Healy trying to cut to the middle. Tucker Healy right back on it. Makes a move around Walters, but it's poked away from him. James Body stepping in to keep it in the zone. Best behind his own net takes a hit.
This possession a little bit more reminiscent of the way Maryland was playing last night. A lot of physicality from this first line to keep the puck in the offensive zone.
Here's Tucker Healy making a pass to Abdullayev. He couldn't handle it to the point. Now Body. Tipped, was looking for the tip, at least was Tucker Healy. This comes near side, now Stankiewicz, as Trevor Drake takes a tumble.
Second one Drake's taking this period. West Virginia's being very physical on the shorter forward right there.
And the physicality starting to ramp up a little bit here in period 2. 13:44 on the clock, remaining here in the second period. 2-0 is the score, West Virginia.
Yeah, if West Virginia starts to make this a physical game, that favors them more and more. The Terps were so reliant on their skill and speed last night. They cannot let this get out of hand on that front.
I do believe a 2-goal deficit ties the Terps for their biggest deficit of the season. Schreiman now, he'll twist this one to the front. It pops over the head of Bernier and goes behind the net.
Patrick Harnon with another tip in the slot. He's getting all of them tonight.
Patrick Harnon channeling his Patrick Hornquist, finding his spot right in front of the net. If you don't know who Patrick Hornquist is, legendary Penguins player. Sorry, I'm just a bit of a homer, but you know.
I remember him as a Florida Panther, Andrew.
Okay, sure. All right, fine. Nashville Predator. I remember as a Penguin, so I'm going to go with that. Fabiani behind his own net. He's hooked up a little bit, no call. And now Harnon into the middle for Schreibman. Michael Schreibman 1-on-3. He's going to drive wide. Michael Schreibman on the backhand low, saved by Bernier.
Really good job there by Schreibman, going in that 1-on-3, using his speed to get around the defenders right there. Pumps in a little backhander off the pad of Bernier. Unfortunately, when you go in 1-on-3, there's nobody else really there to get those rebounds, but nonetheless a good play from the speedy centerman.
So an icing call against West Virginia. Everyone will switch units. On the Maryland bench, they switch. Face off to the left of Bernier. It's the third line for the Terps. Duchesne, Wilson, and Dishner. Teske will shoot this one. Late to react was Bernier. Eamon will put it in deeper. Dishner going after it with Jansky. Howcroft will swipe it. Now Dishner into the middle looking for Wilson on the backhand. He couldn't put it on net. Now it's Will Blair. Blair has it stripped. Chase Wilson will put this in deep and get after it. 12:20 on the clock.
Chase Wilson playing the way he did last night now too. Same as that first line, being really aggressive in the neutral zone to force turnovers.
Chase Wilson plays at one speed, and that speed is as fast as possible. Dishner behind the net. Plays it in front, looking for a teammate. It doesn't connect. Eamon pitching in. Good play there. He'll put it in deep for Dishner. Back to Eamon. He puts it on net. Saved by Bernier, and he's able to cover.
Good look there for Sean Eamon as it's getting a little bit scrappier now here, Andrew, but good movement there by Eamon and Dishner. Dishner going south of the goal line. Eamon cruising into the slot. Got a little bit of a weaker shot off. A lot of Mountaineers in the way. But the Maryland offense is starting to click as we come up on the halfway point of this second period. They're finally starting to get more into that rhythm that they were playing with in the first and second when they were so dominant last night.
11:58 on the clock. Terps go back with that fourth line. McMenamin wins the draw. Eamon will shoot it off the shin pad of McMenamin. It never got to Bernier. And now Caleb Carnell. He'll look to start things up for his team. Eamon takes it away. Good play by number 26. Here's Luke Mohan. Mohan moving in. He's going to twist away from pressure. Back to Eamon. Eamon right back to Mohan. He'll shoot one wide. Far side Teske. Teske will pinch it in further. Carter Brown, good move around Reynoso, but kept in by Teske. He'll put it on net. Rebound! Shot wide by McMenamin.
Broken stick too.
Stick broken, goes flying. Mohan a shot. That flutters over the net. Hit a body on its way.
It's Brown who broke his stick. Terps had a 5-on-4.5 for a second there.
And that's the third broken stick of the weekend.
Yeah, it's an expensive weekend if you're going out to the equipment store after these ones.
So Brian Teske, far corner. He's going to flutter this one out to center. Good play by Best to control it. He'll move in. Shot one right off the skate or shin pad of Sean Eamon. Here comes Trevor Drake. Now McMenamin. He'll gain the red and dump it in. Not all the way. Now it's Caleb Carnell. To Carlisle. Carlisle floating it into the middle. Taken by Eamon. Now here comes Keenan Waters. Waters into the middle for Tucker Healy. Good defense there. Tucker Healy looking for options. He plays it right in front, trying to bank it off of someone, but puts it right in the glove of Jackson Bernier.
Right idea from Tucker Healy right there, but so far in this second period, the loss of Caleb Craven, I feel, has been very apparent. The Terps are missing that guy who can just carry the puck so smoothly into the offensive zone, where you just don't have to worry about where he is on the ice. As every time he's got it, you know he's going to make the right decision. And it seems like Maryland's lost a little bit of that confidence with him out of the lineup right now.
Trevor Drake into the middle for Waters. Now Tomaszewski. He's got room. He'll shoot one. That hit a body in front and misses Bernier completely.
Penalty coming up on the Mountaineers. Cross-checked Healy in front. Walters did.
Patrick Adams doesn't see it, so he remains in his net. But the Mountaineers will touch up. It's a cross-check and the first power play opportunity of the night for the Terrapins.
Yeah, that was Matthew Walters right in front of the net. Tucker Healy was lining up for a tip. Walters cross-checked him in the back. Easy call for the official. And now we're going to see what will Maryland do without Caleb Craven on this power play.
So it looks like they're going to go with a sort of second unit look here. Schreibman, Harnon, Fabiani, and Waters are out there so far. Who will be the 5th Terp to go?
Looks like it's going to be Tomaszewski.
Abdullayev hops over the
Abdullayev.
boards.
Officials telling Joe Carter he's got to hurry up or else he's going to use the timeout.
And they do not let Abdullayev come on the ice, so Tomaszewski will stay out there. So a completely different look here on the power play for the Terps.
Yeah, mix of the first and second units right now.
Not ideal. We'll see what they can do as the Mountaineers get the early clear.
Let's see, yeah, and Tomaszewski's already coming off, so they're going to get that full second unit out there who's got the chemistry from practices.
So the second unit for the Terps will get to work as we hit the halfway point of this game. Jack Fabiani, he'll move it up, but turns it over to Mitchell Ducalo. Ducalo takes a hit from Schreibman. It bumps him off the puck. And the Terps regain control. 1:35 on the power play.
Just need to take it slow, get a solid entry and set up your power play right here.
And the Terps really struggling here early on the power play. Another turnover. It's put in deep by Ducalo. Stankowic after it. Takes a hit from Fabiani. Stankowic is just going to eat it. Look out, comes right to Ducalo. Big save by Patrick Adams. And the Terps are struggling so far.
Fabiani showing a lot of frustration, slapping his stick against the ice after that shot from Ducalo. And I can't really blame that reaction. This is a tough start to the Maryland power play. Lost that opening faceoff and just have not been able to control the puck at all. And it looks like Travis Duchesne's going to be the one who gets that spot on the first power play in place of Caleb Craven.
Good call there, Andy.
Thank you.
So Duchesne will fill in for Caleb Craven. Terps going back with 2 defensemen and 3 forwards. We'll see if they can get some zone pressure as they have already wasted about a half of this power play.
Yeah, they need to get an entry right here if they want to capitalize.
Here comes the captain through center. Daniel Tomaszewski's going to do it himself. Tomaszewski drives and shoots right into the midsection of Jackson Bernier.
I like that shot a lot from Tomaszewski. You can finally get another offensive zone draw. Ideally, you win it, and you can set up your power play the way that you intend to. You don't have to worry about the zone entry. You don't have to worry about the constant pressure from West Virginia. Just get your system in order right here.
And when you have Tucker Healy taking faceoffs, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to win it.
Yes.
And he does it again there. Here's Tucker Healy behind the net. He tried the Michigan once already this year. Tucker Healy to the middle. That was Trevor Drake putting it just wide. Now Teske. He'll play it in deep for Tucker Healy. 34 seconds on the power play. Travis Duchesne right back to Healy and back to Duchesne. Finds Tucker Healy once again. Tucker Healy struggling with the puck. He'll put it in deep. Duchesne on the backhand. He'll rim it around for Tomaszewski. Back down low. Terps can't really set up. And this one trying to clear for the Mountaineers. They can't. This one bounces right in front to Trevor Drake. Now Healy twisting it towards the net. Big save by Jackson Bernier.
A lot of crazy bounces right there. It ends up on the stick of Trevor Drake, who sends it to Tucker Healy, and he gets a golden opportunity right in front. Swallowed up in the pad of Jackson Bernier. Little brain fart for a second right there.
It's too many names.
Yeah, too many names that we got to keep track of across these nights.
Just wait till the showcase. Last year we did 12 games at the ACC Showcase over the course of 3 days. Had to memorize probably 200 names. And it was certainly a challenge, but it was a lot of fun. So the Mountaineers successfully kill off the power play. We are back to even strength. About 8 minutes to go here in the second period.
That was a really good penalty kill by the Mountaineers. Last night they played a very passive penalty kill where they were letting Maryland take their passes and shots from the outside. Tonight they were much more aggressive on the penalty kill. Any time that the puck was in the defensive zone for West Virginia, they were attacking. They were not letting any passes get a shot of being completed.
So another offensive zone draw for the Terps, back at even strength. Off the draw, who wants control of it? It's Abdullayev. To the point now, Fabiani. He puts that off the upper body of Williams. Good block there.
Really good block by Williams right there.
Putting his body on the line. Now it's Caleb Carnell. 7:45 remaining in the second period. Carnell will skate, and he finds Williams. Here comes West Virginia. Williams got a man going to the net, tries to put it there. Rogers puts it right to the front. This comes to Brown. He'll shoot one. Never got all the way through to Adams. Rebound sits there. They battle for it. Who has it? No whistle yet. It's still loose. Still no whistle. Now the whistle blows.
And we're going to get a lot of stuff after this whistle. It looks or both teams will just settle their differences.
And Patrick Adams looked to be a little shaken up on that play. He gets back to his feet.
Yeah, Patrick Adams and Williams exchanging some words after that whistle. And it looks like Jack Fabiani's going to be taken off here for everything that occurred after that play.
We'll see what the call is, but number 4 in black, it's a roughing.
I mean, I can't deny that there was probably a rough somewhere in that skirmish at the end of that play, Andrew.
Yeah, probably. Probably. So the Terps will head to the penalty kill, and West Virginia will get a look at their power play.
Yeah, another situation where you really wish you had Caleb Craven on the ice if you're Maryland.
Terps go with Healy, Amon, Dishner, and Teskey, and Amon can't clear there. This one is put on net, off a skate and wide. Now Howcroft after it. Howcroft, he's going to rim it around. Stankiewicz. Backhand pass right to the middle. Look out, here come the Terps. Tucker Healy's got some room. Tucker Healy's going to fake a shot, try to cut around Ducalo. Good back check there by the forward. But Tucker Healy wants more. Tucker Healy has it taken away. Here comes Walters. Walters will enter the zone. He'll go around the net, takes a hit from Teskey. Good play there to separate the man from the puck. And Sean Amon clears.
Really good looks there between Tucker Healy and Nathaniel Dishner. The two forwards working hard to get that puck out of the offensive zone. Nearly got a shot off, and then Tucker Healy even stayed on the play afterwards to kill another 10-ish seconds in neutral ice.
Stankiewicz will enter the zone. Faces pressure from Harnan. Teskey plays it up towards the point, but they can't get it out. Down low, Howcroft. Trying to find Ducalo near side. It comes to him now. He'll play it deeper. Williams after it. Sean Amon also there. It's a 1-on-2 behind the net for West Virginia. Schreibman finds it. Can he get it out? No. Now Sean Amon will, and put it out to center.
That was a really physical penalty-killing shift for Sean Amon.
Amon really stepping up in the absence of Caleb Craven. Here is Amon now with the puck. He's going to take his time and send it the length of the ice. 35 seconds to go in the Jack Fabiani call.
Amon will get that well-deserved line change right now. That was a very good minute 30 of penalty killing from 26 in black.
Poked away as soon as he entered the zone. Weichel lost it. Comes now to Carnell. He'll twist it in. Tomaszewski will go back for it. 5:38 on the clock here in the second period. Chevy's going to eat it. Takes a big hit there from Smith. And now it's Schreiben. He can't get it out. Smith will play it. Smith right in front. Here's Blair, a shot, and he scores.
1 second left on the power play. The Mountaineers capitalized for their first power play goal of this weekend series. Will Blair with the shot in the slot after a minute 59 of really good penalty killing from the Terrapins. Michael Schreibman was unable to get that initial clear. Walters kept it in at the point, kept that play alive. And Will Blair is the one who ends up within the slot, roofs it over the blocker of Patrick Adams.
So it's the turnover at the defensive blue line that cost Maryland there on the penalty kill. As you said, Andy, 1 second remaining on that penalty to Jack Fabiani. That one stings. 3-0 West Virginia.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where you always want to try to get that shorthanded goal, but if you're Michael Schreibman, you just got to chip that puck out instead of risking that turnover at the blue line.
Terps in on a break. It was Chase Wilson who had that one swept away. And Maryland needs to find some offense here pretty soon. Serra is going to put it towards the net. Goes over Bernier. Now Ducalo behind his own net. He's going to reverse this one to Best. And near side, Sullivan will get it out. Dishner's going to turn this one in. 4:35 on the clock. Now it's Best for Stankiewicz, the captain. And he has some room. He'll gain the red and fire it in. Goes behind Patrick Adams. Now Tomaszewski as the whistle blows. And I believe icing was the call.
Yeah, I believe icing was the call as well.
That was close.
And there's some additional conversations with the West Virginia bench right now. I think it's about the 5 guys who should be on the ice for the Mountaineers.
Bit of a ticky-tack icing call there. It looked really close to the red line, but
I thought it was over the red line, Andrew.
I thought it was too, but the ref was standing right there. And we'll see where they put the face-off. We've seen it a couple times already this season where the refs kind of change their mind on an icing call.
Yeah, and West Virginia still only has 4 guys on the ice. They might still be discussing who the 5th skater should be for the Mountaineers.
Maryland has their 5 guys. And now Blair will come on the ice along with Weichel. Stankiewicz will go off.
And they're going to move it to neutral, it looks like. So they overturned that initial icing whistle for the second straight night.
That's confusing because Stankiewicz was the one who dumped the puck, and
Yeah.
he's off the ice right now. So they move it to center ice, and they let the Mountaineers change.
You know, sometimes, Andrew, that's just hockey. And
That's
you
just
accept it.
hockey. So we will move on. And the Terps will look to get it out of their own end. Down to 4 minutes to go here in the second period. 2-on-2 battle along the near wall. Terps will look to get it out. It's Reynoso. Reynoso playing it for Mohan. Mohan's going to chip this deeper. Reynoso trying to dangle around a couple to the point now for Body. James Body will put it in deep. Nathaniel Reynoso there. Reynoso's got a few Mountaineers on him. This is kicked to Howcroft, and he'll be able to skate with it.
Maryland wants to get back into this game. They need this fourth line out on the ice a lot for the remainder of the game. They're playing with a lot of emotion. These are three guys who want more minutes in the lineup, and they're willing to prove it to Coach Carter.
Here's Richardson with a shot. That was blocked, and here comes Sean Amon. Sean Amon trying to dangle around him. Good defense there from Richardson, the freshman. This one pops back into the West Virginia zone. Played down right at the blue line. This is Weichel, and he'll regroup.
Nearly too many men on Trevor Drake right there.
Very close, but here come the Terps. It's Drake. Trevor Drake will shoot one. He scores! Trevor Drake off his knees, gets up, and puts it in the back of the net. 3-1.
Just after he nearly gets dinged for a too many men right in front of the Maryland bench, Trevor Drake takes it in himself, skates up to the right circle and roofs it past Jackson Bernier. It's 3-1. Maryland's right back in this one. The first line producing again. Trevor Drake with his third goal of the season.
And like you said, that was very close to too many men on the ice right there. Terps might have got away with one, but they will take it. That is a huge turning point in this game, and they are back to a 2-goal deficit. So can the Terps get some more? First line stays out there. Trevor Drake, he'll shoot it again. It hits a skate. Keenan Waters looking for it. Now it goes wide. It's Tucker Healy.
Well, Trevor Drake's skating real well right now after taking a couple of dumps earlier in the period, and Keenan Waters ripping a slap shot high right there.
Waters got all of that one on the one-timer, but just missed high.
Yeah.
Down to the final 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this second period.
Waters got a little bit too much of that one. He ripped it real hard.
Williams will put that one on net. It goes wide, and now Waters. He'll put it out to center for Brown. Goes through a couple of players. Now they battle in front of the West Virginia bench. Now Carnell. Off the wall to Williams. He's got Gallagher going towards the net. He'll give it there. Teskew will chip it away from him. Now Tucker Healy. He'll play it into the middle for Keenan Waters. Waters will move through center. He'll dump it in. That first line needs a change. They're going to get all 5 guys. Carnell, he'll look up ice. He's got some room, and he doesn't hesitate to take it. Caleb Carnell, he'll put it right on net, off the glove of Adams and right down in front of him. Harnan, he'll reverse it. It's going to come to Abdullayev. He'll play it back for Sarah. Into the middle for Harnan. Clean breakout there for the Terps. Here's Schreibman in the middle. Michael Schreibman trying to dangle around a couple. It squirts back out to center with 1:30 to go.
Terps need to take it a little bit slower right here. Michael Schreibman driving that offense, but he's too far ahead of the rest of his teammates. He's getting into the zone before everybody else, and he has nobody left to pass to.
This is Brown in his own end. He'll send this up for Ferguson, who will tip it in. Tomaszewski off the wall to Sarah. That's Smith there for West Virginia. Played back to the point, Best. He'll shoot one. It goes all the way through, and Patrick Adams was late to react to that. It went wide, thankfully.
Yeah, Patrick Adams was not ready for that shot, moving his pad when it already hit the boards right behind him. Lucky that that one was wide of the cage.
So it's Andre Serra. He looks up ice. It hits the stick of Best and comes to Patrick Harnan. Harnan looking for some help. Michael Schreibman will swoop in. And they battle for it at center. This is Abdullayev with the final 40 seconds on the clock. Tomaszewski now. Can the Terps put together one last rush in this period?
Again, a fresh set of forwards out there right now, Andrew.
Terps need a change, and they'll get one. Walters back after it. Duchesne on him. Swept near side for Sullivan. Out to center ice. This is Fabiani down to 18 seconds in the period. Fabiani off the wall trying to get it to Duchesne. It comes to Best, and he'll put it right back off the glass. Now Ducalo to Stankovic, final 5 seconds. Here's Ducalo looking for one more shot. They're not going to get it, and that is going to do it for the second period of play.
Fortunate that that last pass for Sean Sullivan was just offline. There was definitely enough time for West Virginia to get one more shot in on Patrick Adams to end that second.
So a couple goals for the West Virginia Mountaineers. They had a 3-0 lead, but Trevor Drake gets the Terps on the board. Maryland has life. 3-1 is the score as we will head to the intermission. Don't go anywhere. We will see you for the third period, and make sure you stay tuned for our intermission report with Bailey Unchester.
All right. Hi, Terps fans. Thank you for sticking around for my mid-game report. Couple things to discuss with you guys right now. We are currently down 3-1. Maryland's played a relatively flat game so far, which is unfortunate compared to what we saw last night. But there are a few factors that are out of the Terps' control that have led them to this point, with the main one being, if you guys are watching at home, you might have noticed that Caleb Craven has not been on the ice lately. Back in the first period, he got taken out with an apparent finger injury. No word yet on what the status of that is, but hopefully he will be back in the lineup sooner than later. But I mean, Maryland has really been feeling his loss so far in this game, unfortunately. You know, on our power plays, especially where Craven has been such an important part to that, we've definitely been a little flat. The power play that usually works so well for the Terps has been just less useful for us. We haven't been able to capitalize on it as we used to. And, you know, we're just really seeing how important of a piece Craven is to this team. And it's really been a next man up mentality so far from the Terps. You know, we have a lot of fourth line guys right now who are getting minutes and who are really trying to prove themselves. You can see a lot of heart and a lot of emotion coming out of them. You know, it's not the worst game that the Terps have played this year. I mean, you can see behind me, the score is still relatively tame, so we are nowhere near out of this game right now. But I think we just really have to stay aggressive and try and prevent West Virginia from getting the best of us. You know, they scored our first 3 goals, 1 in the first there and then 2 in the second, where for Maryland then our 1 goal came from Trevor Drake towards the end of that second period. Just a nice clean shot up in that top right corner, I believe, and you know, that's hopefully what's gonna give the Terps some momentum, get us back into this game. And you know, we just have to make sure that the guys who are succeeding Craven can keep up to his level and fill in that gap for us, and hopefully we'll be all right to get back into it. You know, we've been doing pretty good on penalties so far. It hasn't been as extensive as what we've seen in our first couple of games, which is good. We just have to try and see if we can capitalize on any power plays that we may get and keep the energy high and the penalties low, and that's kind of all there is to it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you stick around for the rest of the third period because it's going to be a good one. As you can see, we have a game. So that's all from me. Handing it back to Andy and Andrew now. Thank you.
back for the third period of play. We have a special shout out from Will Blair, Stephen Cowling, special shout out from a fan at the game. Hope you're watching, hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in as we get going here in the third period. Terps down by a pair, and they look to get back in this game here in the final 20 minutes.
And we can now officially say that the final 20 minutes will be played without Caleb Craven. He has gone away from the rink to get his finger in x-rayed.
And we assume that either broken, dislocated. We're hoping for the best and wishing the best for Caleb, but he will be out for the remainder of this game. So the Terps will look to put the pressure on West Virginia here and try and get themselves back in this one. Here is Brown behind his own net. He'll turn away from Tucker Healy. Play it across to Carnell. Caleb Carnell will move through. He'll play it up. Now Smith. This is Mason Smith. He'll put this one towards the net. Pad save by Adams.
Good rebound control by Patrick Adams right there, keeping it into the corner, out of harm's way, set up an opportunity for the Terps the other way.
Terps will get the change as they dump this one in, although it is icing.
Yeah, we'll have to see how much of that change they got done before the icing. Trevor Drake coming back out onto the ice, and that'll be the only one. So they were able to get most of it done.
So Abdulayev, Drake, and Healy currently the unit for Maryland with Sarah and Tomaszewski. Defensive zone draw here. Stankiewicz will take it back to the point. This is Best, a shot that goes wide. Now Andre Sarah off the wall to Abdulayev. Ilham Abdulayev will play it back for Tomaszewski. And he'll rim this all the way around and back out to center. Here's Andre Sarah. Off the wall, but it's taken back by the Mountaineers now. Here comes Ducalo in the middle. Stankiewicz, he'll shoot and score. So a quick break for the Mountaineers puts them on the board early in the third period. They are up 4-1.
Yeah, Stankiewicz burying that 2-on-1 opportunity on the pass from Ducalo right there. Just Terps were skating slow out there. I believe it was Tomaszewski was the only one who was back to cover, and just everybody else was either in neutral or at the top of the zone. Coming out slow to start this third period, and Maryland pays for it. It's a 3-goal deficit yet again.
So Maryland finds themselves back in a deep hole that they will look to climb out of, and they only have 18 minutes to do it.
Seen them score 3 goals in faster amounts of time, but they've got to pick up the pace starting right now.
As Patrick Harnon whips that one on net. Save by Bernier low, and it goes up into the netting out of play. 18:04 on the clock.
Patrick Harnon trying a different strategy on this offensive zone entry. He shot the puck this time instead of trying to deflect it.
He did shoot the puck. That one will be pulled back into play by a fan. Face off to the right of Bernier. It'll be won by Schreibman back to Fabiani. He'll put this one right on net, and there's Harnon with the tip. It hit the pad of Bernier.
Yeah, you got to go back to old reliable if you're Patrick Harnon. Really good tip right there. Bernier had his pad in the right spot, but definitely was not expecting that change of direction.
In the corner, Walters battles with Harnon. Now Howcroft. Harnon hits the ice, swings it right to the front. Abdulayev, can he pull the trigger? No.
Good block by Walters right there for West Virginia. Abdulayev was alone in the slot, just took a little bit too long to rip that shot, gave Walters enough time to recover. Sliding defenseman blocked it in front.
And that's where we've seen Abdulayev score a lot of his goals, right from the middle of that slot. Wasn't able to pull the trigger there. James Body will send this the length of the ice. Trying to put it on net, but just wide. That'll be an icing, so another tired Terps unit has to stay out there.
Yeah, really not ideal for Maryland. That's pushing, I believe, 90 seconds on this shift for Abdulayev, Schreibman, and Duchesne. Tired trio out there right now for Maryland. They're going to need a quick zone exit with a nice dump to get a good change.
Off the draw, it's Fabiani. He'll play this near side. James Body's going to smack it the length of the ice. Knocked out of the air by Travis Duchesne, and he's got it. Duchesne trying to cut to the middle. Schreibman can't pull the trigger. And now it's Luke Starr. Starr will move it up ice. Past the stick of Rogers. Now Teske. And here come the Terps. It's Schreibman. Michael Schreibman one-on-one. He's going to shoot it right into the chest of Jackson Bernier.
Yeah, Maryland just seems like they're playing a little slow out there, coming out of that locker room really tired. coming into this third period, gave up that early goal. Looks like they've lost that momentum. They don't quite have that spark right now. Travis Duchesne was late getting into position right there and basically gave away an offensive zone possession.
And it's tough. When you go back to the locker room, you kind of hype yourself up. You're going to go back out there for the third period, only down 2. And then to give up that early goal is really a momentum killer for the Terps.
Sure was, as Nathaniel Dishner just skated down to his own knees in the offensive zone. Just really tired group out there right now for Maryland.
Bernier will stop it behind his own net. It'll be swung around for Williams. Now Duchesne. He'll play it to the middle. Eamon will shoot one. That hit a body in front. Never got to Bernier. Duchesne looking for Eamon again. This is chipped out to center by Rogers. Good play there. And this will go all the way to Patrick Adams.
Good play by Rogers, but Duchesne's got to put a little bit more heat on that pass for Sean Eamon. Gave him too much time to recover for West Virginia. A little bit quicker on that pass release, and Sean Eamon's got a shot in on Bernier.
This is turned over now in the defensive zone for the Terps. It's Smith. On the backhand, he'll put it behind Adams. Now Dishner, he's going to throw this off the netting. Out of play, and we'll get a whistle.
Another potential delay of game situation, Andrew.
And so the Terps will stick with Dishner, McMenamin, and Duchesne with Eamon and Teskey.
Yeah, interesting. Coach Carter's flipping up the lines a little bit, putting Duchesne out there with McMenamin and Dishner.
Off the draw, it's swung around far side. That's Sean Eamon over there. Now for Travis Duchesne on the backhand, he turns it over. Terps struggling to get it out of their own end here in the third period. That is Carlisle, now to Smith. Goes behind the net. Travis Duchesne will be the first one there. He'll play it back for Sean Eamon. Eamon. Now to McMenamin. 15.5 minutes to go here in the game. Andrew McMenamin loses the puck right at the blue line. Back come the Mountaineers. This is Ferguson. Backhand pass to Smith. Tomaszewski will meet him behind the net. Tomaszewski will take it away from Ferguson and now look to move up ice.
Good job by Tomaszewski to stay in that defensive zone and recover from the turnover that McMenamin gave away in neutral.
Now Reynoso delivers a check. Trying to get the puck away. Ferguson will slap this in deep. Under 15 minutes to go.
Yeah, this fourth line doesn't quite seem to be playing with the same fire that they had in the second period. As we get to the start here in the third, they seem to be playing a little bit slower, sloppy passing, and just not great puck possession overall.
It's been a theme for the Terps tonight. Here's Stankiewicz. He'll rip one just high and wide of Patrick Adams. Now Stankiewicz back on it at center ice. This is Carnell. He'll look towards the red line and dump it in. Tomaszewski after it. No icing there. Stankiewicz. He'll play it deeper. That's Sullivan. Off a stick and back out to center. Sullivan got things started on the scoreboard tonight.
Yeah, behind the play on that initial entry, Carnell gave a little cross-check at the point to Luke Mohan, and the Maryland bench wanted another call, but you can't be relying on penalties right now. Maryland's just got to click up the offense, get a solid entry, and set things up.
Here is the captain, Tomaszewski, off the wall to Keenan Waters. He'll look to get around Walters, and he does so. Waters playing it to himself, trying to find Drake in the middle. It was intercepted. Howcroft has it taken away. Here's Trevor Drake to the point, Fabiani. Now James Body. Body's going to shoot one that hit Walters. Backhand for James Body, flutters high and wide.
James Body taking advantage of his extra ice time due to Craven's injury. Usually he gets, if he's in the lineup, 2 to 3 shifts a game. He's playing very well here for the Terps right now.
Body keeps that one in, 13:20 on the clock. This is Walters for West Virginia. Now to Stankiewicz. Has it stripped by Waters. Good pressure here from the first line for Maryland. Kept in by Body.
Really good keep in by Body.
Trevor Drake on the backhand, just going to keep things alive. Now Tucker Healy. Healy takes a hit. Good play there by Walters to separate Healy from the puck. Now Howcroft can't get it out.
Great awareness by Trevor Drake, staying with his speed on that puck to keep it in the offensive zone. Keep these tired Mountaineers on the ice for West Virginia.
Trevor Drake very slow to get up. He now makes his way back to his feet.
Not putting a lot of weight on that left leg right now, Andrew.
And this will be sent the length of the ice. This should be icing against West Virginia. And that is a very tired group of Mountaineers who have to stay out there.
Yeah, and the linesman's going to catch West Virginia as they tried to get a sneaky change right there. But Trevor Drake still moving pretty slow out there. Slaps his stick against the bench as he goes off for the change. was not putting a lot of weight on that left leg after he took a tumble on the boards in the corner. Hopefully number 13 will be back soon.
And a good point there in the chat. This was the score last night. Maryland took into the third period, although halfway through the third period, before West Virginia was able to put 2 quick ones behind Patrick Adams and really change the course of the rest of that game.
Yeah,
the Terps were able to hold on.
We got a timeout from the Mountaineers here as they have that very tired group of 5 skaters who just got called for an icing. Coach Adam Brown using this to give those guys a break, not wanting to give Maryland any momentum. But yeah, this was the score last night when West Virginia started to mount that comeback. All it takes is one, the momentum shifts, and then as Coach Carter told us before the game, the problem with Maryland last night was they were starting to get a little bit too greedy in the offensive zone. Instead of killing out the clock, they were going for too many scoring chances, letting the game open up for West Virginia, causing opportunities the other way. If the Mountaineers make the same mistakes the Terps did last night, could be a brand new hockey game in a couple of minutes.
And if there's anything we've learned from watching hockey throughout our lives, the game can change instantly. In a matter of seconds, one quick strike can change everything. So Maryland's certainly not out of this game yet.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen 17 goals in a game so far this season, Andrew, so.
We've seen 2 penalty shots, 2 overtime games, a 17-goal game. We've seen penalties galore, and we're just 4 games, 4.5, 4 and 2 quarters.
Yeah, 4 2/3.
2/3 into the season. So we'll see what action we get here in the final 12.5 minutes. This is Brown behind his own net. He'll play this one for Williams far side. Into the middle now for Rogers. It gets by him. Teskey's going to throw it off the wall back down.
I don't want to necessarily accuse the West Virginia coaching staff of pulling any tricky moves right there, but it looks like during that timeout they did a little sneaky change of their defenseman coming off of that icing.
Interesting. All right, a little gamesmanship there.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, play to your strengths.
Absolutely. So an icing call against the Terps. This will bring this draw back all the way down into the Maryland defensive end. Off the draw, Williams back to Carnell. He's able to keep it in. Now Williams. Terps have 3 forwards all the way up high. Amon. Schreiman will tip this out to center. Now Gallagher. Sean Amon looking to skate away from pressure. Now Abdullayev is just going to play it deeper. There's no one there. Williams is going to be there.
Looked like he thought Brian Teskey was playing south of the goal right there. Ended up just turning it over to West Virginia. Abdullayev right there.
Now the Terps able to get it out with possession. Here's Schreiman. He's going to go wide. Good hip check there by Brown. That was textbook.
Sure was. Great physicality, forcing a turnover, and now West Virginia will take it the other way.
Here is Rogers entering the zone backwards. He'll find Francis Gallagher. Gallagher with Tomaszewski on him. Gallagher comes out of there with the puck. Plays it to the front, looking for a forward there. Couldn't find him. Brown now. That one's blocked by Schreiman. Here is Carlisle. Down low Gallagher. Backhand pass looking for a forward in front. Brown will wind and shoot. Good block there by Andre Serra.
Good blocks there by both defensemen. Tomaszewski and Serra getting in on the defense right there. Keeping that puck away from Patty Adams and now taking it up the ice.
Carter Brown, he'll spin away from Duchesne. Almost gave it away to Tomaszewski. They battle in the corner.
Got Dishner switching with Tomaszewski. He's at the point right now, and now it's Duchesne. Tomaszewski playing real deep for the Terps.
Far side, it's Carlisle. He's pressured by Dishner. Puck squirts to the middle and swept out to center ice by the Mountaineers. Serra enters right back in. Leaves it for Dishner. He's going to shoot one right into the glove of Jackson Bernier.
Good look there for Nathaniel Dishner. A little bit of a weak shot coming in from the right circle. He was going for a rebound right there. Good reaction by Bernier to get the glove down there and prevent a rebound opportunity from occurring for the Terps. But now you're getting to the point where the clock is starting to become Maryland's enemy. Only 10.5 minutes left. You need 3 goals. And although the momentum seems to be picking up a little bit for Maryland, 3 goals in 10:37 is a pretty fast.
Absolutely. Off the draw, this is the 4th line for Maryland. Reynoso will sweep this to the front. Now on it is Ferguson. Ferguson meets James Body at the blue line, and it's dumped in. Carlisle and Fabiani tangle. Now Ferguson. Carlisle right back to Ferguson. At the point, it's Luke Starr. He's going to shoot one, trying to get it through Body's. Good block there by James Body.
Yeah, it really was a good block by James Body. Now let's see if the 4th line can get it out.
They can't quite get it out. It's Ferguson. Ferguson will spin it to the middle looking for Smith. Smith will hit the deck.
Body hits him again.
and the whistle blows, the net comes off. There was no signal on a penalty there.
West Virginia bench wanted to call on James Body for that extra push at the end of the play that knocked the net off. And it seems like the officials are going to huddle up. We might end up getting a penalty right here.
James Body's making his way towards the bench, so he looks to be getting off
he'll
scot-free.
get away with it right now.
Actually, he's going to stay on the ice for Maryland, so no penalty call there. Face-off will stay in the Maryland zone.
Yep, and the officials got a real good look at James Body right now to make sure they don't want to call a penalty.
Yep. Face-off won there by Luke Mohan. Here is Body. With that yellow and red stick you can see from 30 miles away. It'll come back to him, and he'll skate with it. Body will enter the zone. He's got a bunch of Mountaineers around him. Body hits the deck hard. He takes a hit from Luke Starr. Body loses his glove. He'll go back for it. But look out, there's an empty defenseman spot there, so Stankiewicz looking to break free.
Good recovery by Fabiani, staying with Stankiewicz to prevent that breakaway opportunity for West Virginia.
And again, that's the danger of the defenseman pinching up in the play. If a forward doesn't go back and cover, you have an empty spot back there.
Yeah, and they definitely had an empty spot on that opportunity, but really smooth skating from Fabiani to prevent what could have been a disastrous situation for Maryland.
Here is Mitchell Ducalo. Ducalo, good move. A backhand shot, that one just missed. Boy, that would have been pretty.
Yeah, those were some nasty dangles from Ducalo right there. Got around, I believe that was Sean Amon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Amon with the puck now. He'll play it over to Teske. And it was Ducalo, actually, who got things started on the scoreboard, not Sullivan. I believe Sullivan had the second goal for West Virginia.
That would be correct.
This
Get another offensive zone draw for Maryland right here. Coach Carter going to keep out that first line with Brian Teske and Sean Amon. Been the most productive on offense so far tonight, hoping to get any spark here with the clock ticking in the third period.
8:40 on the clock remaining here in regulation time. This one is sent the length of the ice. No icing as it was tipped by Weichel. Played near side. Howcroft will be there. Weichel back to the point. It's Walters. Walters is going to shoot one. Good block by Waters. The rebound came right to Weichel, and his shot hit a body and came out to center.
Really good sliding block there from Keenan Waters, getting all of that shot from Matthew Walters, sending it wide of the cage. Hopefully bringing something up the ice for Tucker Healy right here.
That shot off the shin pads of Walters. Comes to Trevor Drake now. Trying to play it into the middle. Drake stays on it. Drake looking for Waters. That was tipped towards the front. Went wide of Jackson Bernier.
Good job by Keenan Waters finding that soft spot in the slot. Just chunked it a little bit, sending it over the blocker side of Bernier.
Howcroft on it now. Whistle comes, and this is going to be a penalty against West Virginia.
I believe the initial signal was a high stick from the official. They're going to get Will Blair.
And if the Terps need any sort of momentum, maybe here's their spark.
Yep.
7:52 on the clock. Still plenty of time for anything to happen as Blair and the referee continue to jaw.
Yes, so they are calling him for the high stick. Will Blair clearly did not agree with the official's opinion right there. It will only be 2 minutes. And Joe Carter's going to do the same thing. Start with this second power play unit that has a lot more familiarity with one another instead of using that first unit that had to adjust to Travis Duchesne playing in the Craven spot.
So Harnan, Schreibman, Abdulayev with Waters and Fabiani. This is the second unit. Schreibman off the draw will play it to Jack Fabiani. Across looking for Waters, hit a West Virginia skate and comes out to center.
Yeah, tough break there for Maryland. They had Waters open with either a shot to get in on Bernier or a passing lane down low to Michael Schreibman.
Here is Harnan entering the zone. Now Schreibman. He's going to shoot one. Good block there by Brown. Carter Brown been very solid defensively for West Virginia tonight.
Sure has. He's just been a rock back there for the Mountaineers. Getting a lot of blocked shots and just preventing Maryland from making passes. He's been very present in those lanes.
Terps enter the zone. This one will be kept in by Waters. As Michael Schreibman goes sliding into the net. And we'll see where the faceoff is as Ducalo and Keenan Waters have some words.
Keenan Waters giving a little shot to Ducalo's chin right there. And they will take the faceoff out of the zone as they determine that Schreibman could have gotten out of that play himself and was the reason why that net came off.
And it seems like a little animosity is starting to enter play here towards the end of the game. maybe some frustration setting in for the Terps.
Yeah, yelling on both sides right here. West Virginia really did not like that last push from Keenan Waters on Ducalo after the whistle.
So a center ice face-off with a minute 15 to go on the power play. Look out, here comes Howcroft shorthanded. He's going to shoot one in on Patrick Adams, who has to cover. A minute 10 on the power play. West Virginia bench loves that effort.
Yeah, Daniel Tomaszewski getting back to muffle that shot from Howcroft, but the Terps just look sad out there. There's no better way to put it. They seem like they've given up a little bit. They need to get some sustained pressure on this power play. One goal, you're right back in it. Don't give up yet.
Top unit back out there for the Terps. This is Tomaszewski over to Teske. Duchesne will leave it for Tucker Healy. Healy will cut to the middle. He'll try to pull the trigger, but it's poked away. And it's a race for it. Tucker Healy and Weichel. They both hit the ice. Tucker Healy goes hard into the wall. He's slow to get up. Yeah. Now it's Howcroft.
Tucker Healy still slowly getting up off the ice. Now he's standing in neutral, and there's going to be a big penalty here. Brian Teske, as he takes down
it was Howcroft
in the corner behind Patrick Adams.
And that's a tough call that goes against the Terps. I didn't see anything dirty there. I'm not really sure what the ref was looking at.
Yeah, the refs point to the West Virginia bench as well. We might have dueling penalties right here.
And I believe you're right, Andy.
Yep, they are also going to take off Howcroft.
All right, so they'll take both.
They're calling an interference on Teske and then embellishment.
Is that what that is?
That's either embellishment or diving. It's one of the. I believe that's embellishment.
What's unsportsmanlike? What's the signal for unsportsmanlike? Is that the ref kind of put his hands on his hips. I'm trying to remember what the signals are. Honestly, let's look it up real quick.
It's definitely one of the more uncommon penalties, as you and I both didn't see much there for really either side. I thought that Howcroft still definitely had the puck near enough to that to not warrant the interference. And as we look,
I am on Google right now.
That bottom one right there.
Hands on hips
it is a misconduct.
So misconduct is the call.
Must have been something after the whistle then, because usually what warrants that is saying something unsavory to an official.
So it's going to be 4-on-3 or 5-on-3. So we'll see. And it's a major 10-minute, a 2 and a 10, I should say, not a major.
Yeah, so Tyler Howcroft's done for the night after that misconduct for.
Misconduct.
Well, we have to assume he must have said something to the official because there was really nothing there.
Yeah, and Teske goes for interference, which also
not sure about that call either.
Not totally sure about. I thought the puck was right there.
Oh, thank you. We are being informed in the chat that means misconduct.
Thank you, LN Ferda 44. We appreciate that.
Yeah, now everybody on the ice is confused as to how many should be on each side. Tomaszewski talking with the officials, as is Matthew Walters.
Because the Blair penalty was still not over.
Correct. There's still 36 seconds to go on that initial high stick to Will Blair.
So it's going to be 4-on-4. How does that happen? How do we get 4-on-4 from that?
Well, I believe that they only called the 10-minute misconduct. They did not give a 2.
They didn't give an extra 2. Gotcha. That's why you're here, Andy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Howcroft's just done for the night. West Virginia does not lose any men because of it. And will be 4-on-4 for the next 23 seconds, and then West Virginia will have an abbreviated power play following that.
6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in regulation time. West Virginia leads 4-1. There's a battle behind the net. Tucker Healy battling there with Best. Best will come out with it and move it to Stankiewicz. Will Blair out of the box. So now West Virginia goes to the power play with 1:20 to go.
Offside.
And that will be offside at the Maryland blue line.
Well, we'll have to see how this penalty kill plays right now, especially now without Brian Teske and Caleb Craven. The Terps will be down to most likely Tomaszewski and Fabiani, or maybe Sean Amon. They're going to go with Fabiani and Serra right now. They just do not quite have that same fluid motion on the blue line that they're used to for these penalty kills as Harden.
And the Terps are hurting themselves at this point. as a slap shot from Jack Fabiani hits Patrick Harnon down near his skate. He looks to be all right. And that was a delayed offside call that West Virginia ignored. So the faceoff comes all the way back down into the West Virginia defensive end.
Yes, so that's basically treated like an icing for those delayed offsides. Maryland will get an offensive zone draw out of this, but Patrick Harnon, a little bit of friendly fire there from Jack Fabiani, and that one's going to sting for a while.
So Caleb Carnell will move out to center. He'll twist away. He'll get around Harden and enter the zone. Number 62 in yellow still has the puck. He'll move it deeper for Smith. Comes all the way around near side Carlisle. Turns that one over to Fabiani, and he'll send that one out to center. Can Schreibman win a race? Here comes Michael Schreibman in alone, and a save by Jackson Bernier.
Speed of Michael Schreibman creating a shorthanded opportunity there, and alone on Bernier. Shoots blocker side. Bernier's got the answer.
Michael Schreibman 1-on-5 takes a big hit, and here comes West Virginia. Maryland still changing, 3-on-2 the other way.
Carnell and Schreibman still giving each other a little fist behind the play too. They are not happy with one another right now.
Michael Schreibman somehow still has gas in the tank, as Patrick Adams was able to make that pad save at the other end off the 3-on-2 chance.
Carnell still shouting something at Michael Schreibman for that little check in the corner.
4:35 on the clock. James Body will send this out to center. Knocked out of the air by Ducalo.
Brian Teskey's freed. Maryland gets out of that power play opportunity for the Mountaineers.
So the Terps currently have 3 defensemen out there, as Brian Teskey is going to assume a forward role for a second. Now he'll get off for a change. This is offside against Maryland. 4:14 on the clock. And we will drop the puck near center ice.
Yeah, just a very strange last couple of minutes. A lot of penalties to sort out. Now back to even strength. Only 4:14 remaining here in the third. If you're Maryland, you're not feeling too confident that you got to use this time to just practice your systems, get back in place, feel like you're in a good spot heading into next weekend's set against UNC Wilmington.
And Wilmington, a team that the Terps saw at the ACC tournament last year, ACC showcase, I should say. They did lose to Wilmington. They only saw them once last year. They'll get them twice this year. Both will be here at the Gardens Ice House on the Patrick Rink. And we did find out earlier that every Maryland home game will be on this Patrick Rink.
It's the best news I've heard all day, Andrew.
That was news that would have been much appreciated a year ago. But this year we have secured the Patrick Rink, and we will not have to worry about Logsdon and sniffling our way through games on that very freezing rink.
Yeah, that's reserved for the beer leaguers these days,
Yeah,
Andrew.
there you go.
We finally upgraded to full-time on the Patrick Rink as the Maryland Terrapins.
We did upgrade. Tomaszewski into center ice now. Mason Smith will put this off the wall, back in deep. Down to 3 minutes to go here in the game. Out of the corner, Smith with it. Now it's Tucker Healy. And a little bit of a lack of urgency from both teams, honestly, at this stage of the game.
Yeah, lack of urgency is definitely one way to put it. I'd just straight up say both of them kind of seem done out there.
Yeah. 2:50 on the clock. This will be played near side. Tucker Healy will skate into it. Tucker Healy will get around a couple. He'll put it low on Bernier. Good save there. And that one squirts right back into Bernier. Almost found its way through his 5-hole, but he'll cover.
Maybe we should talk about lack of urgency when Tucker Healy is on the ice next time. Wow,
Yeah,
he really sparked that opportunity at the right circle.
Yeah, he heard us say that and did not like that. So
No. Going for the 5-hole of Bernier right there. Snuck it through for a second, but then West Virginia's goalie recovered, squeezing it beneath his pads.
Body will step into this one, try to put it on net. Comes to Trevor Drake now. He'll throw it towards the front. Squirts to the far corner. Keenan Waters is on it. Trevor Drake behind the net. Trying to look for Waters in front. Comes to Healy. Healy will shoot one. Didn't get a lot on it. And now West Virginia will move out to center. Fabiani to Waters. Terps right back in. Good passing. Here's Healy to Waters. Waters will shoot one low. Seems the Terps have been aiming low on Bernier a lot tonight.
Yeah, they've been going for a lot of rebound opportunities. It's either they're taking a high one-timer going for his blocker side or shooting low and aiming for a rebound. I'm guessing that the coaching staff had some tape on him saying that that was the right thing to do, because I have seen very few shots go into the glove side tonight for Maryland.
Face off to the left of Bernier. Bernier, although he hasn't been tested too much tonight, he's played very solid.
Sure has, Andrew.
Here is Body at the point on the backhand. He'll look for an option. 2 minutes to go. Tucker Healy back to Body. James Body, he's going to shoot one. That finds its way all the way to Bernier. He was able to make the stop. Tucker Healy steals. Into the middle for Trevor Drake. Bernier put the paddle out and knocked that one away. Good keep by Body at the line. After it is Best, he's going to rim this around the glass. Kept in by Keenan Waters. Into the middle, Trevor Drake will shoot one low. Again looking 5-hole. And Bernier was able to seal it.
Tucker Healy taken down by Walters in front. He had an opportunity at the rebound. Good play by the defenseman right there to take away another chance for the Terps.
This is Gallagher on the backhand. It'll find its way to Michael Schreibman. Has it poked away. Comes back to Schreibman. Keenan Waters at the end of a long shift. He's going to dump it and get off the ice, head for the bench. Carter Brown now for the Mountaineers. Pressured by Schreibman. Harnan and Schreibman tag team there. Into the middle, Abdullayev. He can't handle. Abdullayev hits the ground hard. Gallagher goes down 2. Schreibman into the middle. That was Abdullayev. Harnan on the rebound. It was blocked before it got to Bernier, and he covers.
Well, we were saying Bernier hasn't been tested that much tonight. That's definitely his best save so far in the game. Patrick Harnan, as he had West Virginia's goalie moving from side to side, rips a shot, and a diving Jackson Bernier gets his body in front of it. It squeezes, and there's only 49.5 seconds left in this one. Maryland's just probably going to let this clock run out.
Face off to the left of Bernier. This will be the Terps' first regulation loss of the season. They did lose in the first game to Navy, but that was in overtime. So they will split this weekend series with West Virginia.
Both teams winning in regulation as well, Andrew.
Abdullayev to the point, Amen. Right back to Abdullayev. Here is Harnan. Harnan's going to shoot, looking for a tip from Schreibman. 25 seconds to go. Harnan trying to rip one. He'll get another chance. He hits the ice hard as Mason Smith was diving to smack that puck away. Harnan very slow to get up.
Yeah.
Final 10 seconds here from the Gardens Ice House. Teske on the backhand. He'll play it to the front. Sean Amen's going to throw it back on net one more time. And that is going to do it for Terps and Mountaineers. We split the weekend series. Terps take game 1 4-3. Mountaineers take game 2 4-1.
Well, out here tonight for Maryland, it just felt like that same effort wasn't there. It seemed like with how dominant they were last night, they came out today playing like they already had in the bag. They were really slow in that first period. West Virginia took advantage, and then the urgency just really wasn't there at all tonight. Aside from that one kind of freak chance for Trevor Drake where he came in alone, there was very little offense, and especially after the loss of Caleb Craven, the team just seemed lost on the ice without him.
And as you mentioned earlier in the game, this was the first game that the Terps gave up that first goal, so the Mountaineers were on it early tonight, and they did not let up throughout regulation time. They take it 4-1, and that, as we shake hands, will do it. From Bailey Unchester, Andy Parr, I'm Andrew Rich. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Always lovely to see everyone in the chat. We will see you next weekend for UNC Wilmington. Have a good one, everyone.